Hey everyone, Dr. Nuesse here again, and today we are talking about the new FDA updated nutrition label that all food manufacturers must use and the changes made to the nutrition label. And one major change that I think a lot of food companies are not going to like. That's coming up next. All right, so today we are talking about the new, updated, from the FDA, nutrition label that must go on all food packaging here in the United States. The FDA within the past year recently made these changes. I want to go over the changes point by point. One of them I think is major. It's probably going to upset a lot of food manufacturing companies. I'm going to show you the new nutrition label here up on the screen. I'm going to read it off my computer screen and go through it. There's basically 4 points here. All right, so here is the nutrition facts, the nutrition label, and the first thing is the serving size has changed. So now it's bold, so you can see it a little more clearly, and the serving size amount has been updated. Based on research, they've changed what a serving size is on some foods, and this is what I think the major change is that's going to cause food manufacturers to have to market foods differently. So we'll come back to this one and I'll explain why. Next is calories are in bold now, so they're big and bold. You know exactly how many calories you're getting per serving. Draws your eye right to it. That's a good change. Next is, again, based on research, the daily values have been updated, so the percentages of total fat, cholesterol, sodium, etc., they've been updated based on research. And then finally, number 4 is it's required now that added sugars be on the nutrition facts. Now, a lot of food manufacturers have already been doing this, including added sugars, but you can't just put total sugars anymore. You've got to say how many added sugars are in the product as well, again, per serving. Vitamin D and potassium are now also they are mandatory to be on the nutrition label because they have found that a lot of Americans don't get the correct recommended amounts. But they've actually taken away the requirement for vitamin A and vitamin C to be on the nutrition label because they've found that deficiencies in these vitamins are very, very rare today. So that's basically the changes. Now let's go back to serving size. Okay, so the reason I think that the serving size change is going to be a major disruptor in the food manufacturing sector and probably will cause them to market products differently is because of how they made the serving size change. So typically what a serving size would be whatever the food manufacturer would say is the amount that you should be consuming. Well, they did research, meaning the FDA did research, and they're now basing it on how much people typically consume. So let me give you an example. This is an example that the FDA actually cited, and it was from soda. So a soda would typically be what would be a recommended amount, or recommended serving size would be 8 ounces. They did studies, and they found that typically what people would consume would be 12 ounces. So now the serving size, instead of being 8 ounces, is 12 ounces, so a 50% increase. So the reason why this can be such a big deal is specifically for products that are labeled as zero sugar, sugar-free products. So I've stated in the past in different videos, but I'll restate it here again, that food manufacturers are allowed to add just a little tiny bit of sugar as long as it's a very, very small amount and still list the product as sugar-free or zero sugar. So if you've got less than, let's say, a gram of sugar per serving, you can still call it a sugar-free product. So what happens when we then increase the serving size? So if we have something that's 8 ounces and it's got, let's say, 0.8 grams of sugar, we can list it per serving size as a zero sugar or a sugar-free product, but now we increase that 50%. It goes over 1 gram per serving, and now we can no longer call it a zero sugar or a sugar-free product. So I don't know exactly what food companies are going to be doing that are listing products at zero sugar that may now fall outside of that zero sugar per serving category. They're going to have to scramble. They're going to have to change the way that they market these products. I think we'll see. All right, so I hope that was helpful and informative. And until next time, everybody, stay happy, stay healthy, and I will catch everyone in the next video.